Back home, and there are growing calls from within Australia's Liberal Party to adopt a gender quota to increase the number of women in Parliament, with the Prime Minister considering the measure. The quota system is being credited for lifting female representation around the world, with Pacific nations now legislating change to reserve seats for women.
Lydia Martins has been a government MP in Timor-Leste since 2017. She's among 26 women in Parliament thanks to a quota system introduced in 2006, forcing political parties to nominate one woman for every 3 candidates at national elections.
The quota of 30% is a good policy to involve women in East Timor, so it should be maintained.
But it's a very different picture in neighbouring Papua New Guinea, where there are no women in Parliament, despite a record number of female candidates at the last election. The UN in PNG says many factors are to blame, including culture, the high cost of campaigns and security.
We have a high rate of gender-based violence in Papua New Guinea. So women face quite a big barrier when they come in. It's not an equal playing field.
To rectify that, Parliament is expected to legislate the creation of 5 extra regional seats reserved exclusively for women.
5 seats will not be enough, we all know that. But it's to show that women can be good leaders, they can be in Parliament, and they can make very important decisions for the country's development.
In 1998, women held almost 13% of legislative seats around the world. Today, that's increased to just over 25%. Many credit temporary gender quotas for being the single most effective tool for fast-tracking women's political representation.
We seem to see that quotas give about a 5% boost in the number of women in Parliament. So what we've seen is that they have been extremely effective measures in many countries around the world.
But it has staunch opposition. Critics say it's tokenistic and undermines the selection of candidates on the basis of merit.
One argument against quotas you hear come up a lot is that there are just too few qualified or experienced enough women out there to choose from, so that when quotas are instituted, there could be some decrease in effectiveness of governance, at least temporarily.
That thinking largely attributed to bias and gender stereotypes, which quotas are designed to combat.
It's about transforming mindsets. It's about transforming perceptions and attitudes with regards to leadership.
At the current rate of progress, gender parity in national legislative bodies won't be achieved before 2063, according to UN Women. But many hope the more female leadership is normalised, the less the need for gender quotas.
I'm very happy to assume this position because this is a good way on how to contribute in another way to my country.
Catalina, Florez, SBS World News.